Hello, Cougars. Miss Williamson here with Lesson 9 for Community Projects. And today we're going to talk about reliable sources in our research. So, how do I know if my sources are any good? How do I know if I can trust them? Remember our mission? While we're working on research, we're keeping the same mission. It's to access information to be informed, so I get informed, but also to inform others. We're working on our ATL skill of research. Today's learner profile connection is inquirer. Let's read the definition. So, as IB learners, we strive to nurture our curiosity, learn independently and with others, and learn with enthusiasm all our lives. So, our journal question for today: reflect. How does research help you use your skills as an inquirer? I might want to take another look at the definition. How does research help me to nurture my curiosity, to learn independently, to learn with others, and learn with enthusiasm? Go ahead and pause the video, head over to your journal, and reflect on that question. Welcome back. Next, we have a video where we are going to learn about reliable sources. And as we watch the video, we're going to be taking note that we have some questions to answer in our journal. Remember, you can always pause the video and answer them, or you can watch it all the way through and then answer the questions at the end.
Evaluate sources for reliability. When you research a topic, it's important to use reliable sources. Reliable means credible, trustworthy, and objective. Finding reliable sources is extremely important to ensure that we understand the whole truth about the topic we're researching. Only then can we provide the most accurate information to our audience. It can be difficult to determine the reliability of a source because sources can fall within a range of reliability. Some sources are completely unreliable, and others are highly reliable, but there are many sources that fall somewhere in between. There are a few ways you can assess the reliability of a source to determine how you should use it in your research or if you should use it at all. First, determine the author or publishing organization. It's important that the author is an expert on the topic. Try to learn more about the author's education and experience in the field. It's also important to determine the author's purpose. Is the sole purpose to inform and educate the reader, or does the author also want to persuade, entertain, or sell something to the audience? Some authors and organizations may be biased. This means the author has such strong feelings or beliefs about a topic, they might ignore conflicting evidence. A biased source may present information that is inaccurate, incomplete, or one-sided in order to persuade the audience to feel a certain way. Sometimes authors may even disguise their writing as informative while actually trying to influence the reader's opinion on a topic. Even educational, nonprofit, governmental, and news organizations can seem reliable but may have an underlying agenda. An agenda is what the organization is trying to accomplish. It's important to recognize the agenda of an organization and seek a variety of sources on the same topic to find the objective truth. Look for common information between sources and references that provide evidence to verify authors' claims. In some cases, it's helpful to consider the date of publication of a source. An original document created at the time of a historical event may be more accurate than a secondary source written years later. Information about current events can change quickly, so sometimes more recent sources have the most up-to-date and accurate information. Scientific understandings can change over time too, so it's important to be aware of any recent findings that may contradict previous conclusions. There are a few types of sources that are commonly unreliable. An advertisement trying to sell a product, service, or idea probably won't provide the most objective information. A personal blog will describe the beliefs or opinions of an individual, but it may not represent the broader consensus on a topic or have supporting evidence. And social media posts often spread biased, inaccurate, or sensational information to influence users' opinions on controversial topics. So, as you research a topic, evaluate each source to determine its reliability.
Okay, so here's our questions. How do you assess the reliability of a source? What is bias? And then on the next slide, we have why is it important to seek a variety of sources? And what are 3 commonly unreliable sources? Okay, go ahead and pause the video, answer the questions, and then come back and we'll check our answers. Okay, let's check. How do you assess the reliability of a source? Well, you need to figure out the author's experience, their education, who they work for, the publisher information. Is it a website or a newspaper that you've heard of before? And then try to find out when the information was written. She mentioned in the video that sometimes old information might be better, like looking at like a primary source, like the Declaration of Independence. Other times it's more helpful to find out the newest information, especially with things that change often, like science. What is bias? Bias is basically when the author is trying to persuade you to believe one thing or another. And so what they do is they don't give you all of the information. They might give you inaccurate or incomplete information. Why is it important to seek a variety of sources? Well, it's kind of related to bias. We need to make sure that what we're reading is giving us all the information. And also, it helps us to check information against other sources to see if it's true. And then, what are 3 commonly unreliable sources? Advertisements, blogs, and social media. So, we want to avoid using those sources in our projects. Today's one big thing. Before I start my research, I need to understand how to pick reliable sources. I need to check the publisher, the author's experience and education. And if I need help, of course, I can always reach out to my advisory teacher, to Mrs. Williamson, and even Miss Lawrence, the librarian, is a great resource for reliable sources. We always end with questions. Ask your advisory teacher or reach out to me on Schoology. Thanks, guys.